चरणारविन्दं श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नां श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नां प्रतीक्षणास्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं निकुञ्जयूनो रतिकेलिसीधै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्रातिदक्षादति वल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं साक्षाधरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे रुक्तस्तथा भावतेव सद्भिः किन्तु प्रभोर्यः प्रिय एवं तस्य वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणारविन्दं यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादान्नगति कुतोऽपि धायं स्तुवांस्तस्य यस्य स्त्रिसन्ध्यां वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष्य शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादलाददायिने हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षः शीलाटङ्कानखालाय इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बहे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरे नाखा अद्भुत श्रृंगा दलिता हिरण्यकाशिपु तानो भृंगा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जया केशवधृता नर हरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वृंदाय तुलसी हाँ आ रहे वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवसुचा विष्णु भक्ति प्रभुदेव वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवसुचा विष्णु भक्ति प्रतदेवी सत्यवर्ते नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवसुचा विष्णु भक्ति प्रतदेवी सत्यवर्ते नमो नमः नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो यही अभिलाषी आरवंश पूर्ण हो कृपा करी कर तारे वृंदावन वासी मोराए अभिलाष विलास कुंज दियो वास नयने है कृष्णदासे कय ये न मोरा हो श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेम सदाए नवासी श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेम सदाए नवासी ज्ञानी कानी च पपानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणसन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पपानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणसन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे यानि कानि च पपानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणसन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवसुचा विष्णु भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवर्ते नमो नमः वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवसुचा विष्णु भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवर्ते नमो नमः की जाए and it was 60 आज प्रभुपाद क्लास 63rd chapter 1064 चेक कर लो किस मैडम हाँ चेक कर लेते हैं
एकादशी तक कल तो चैतन्य चलेगी। नहीं एकादशी कल। $1065 टू लास्ट टाइम लिया था बाई इस ग्रेस वंशीवदन प्रभु।
1065
हाँ भक्ति द्वारा चल रहा है ना। चैप्टर कॉल्ड
Lord Balram visited Vrindavan.
Read from text 1. Translation then total.
Chapter 65. Lord Balarama visits Vrindavan. Can I read a summary, Maharaj? Yes. This chapter relates how Lord Balarama went to Gokula, enjoyed the company of the cowherd girls, and dragged the Yamuna river. One day Lord Balarama went to Gokula to see his relatives and friends. When he arrived there, the elder gopis and Lord Krishna's parents, Nanda and Yashoda, who had all been in great anxiety for a long time, embraced him and blessed him. Lord Balarama offered appropriate respects and greetings to each of his worshipable elders according to age, friendship and family relation. After Gokul's residence and Lord Balarama had inquired about each other's welfare, the Lord rested from his journey. In a short while, the young gopis came to Lord Balarama and questioned him about Krishna's well-being. They asked, does Krishna still remember his parents and friends? And will he be coming to Gokula to visit them? For Krishna's sake, we gave up everything, even our fathers, mothers and other relatives. But now he has abandoned us. How could we help but put our faith in Krishna's words after seeing his sweetly smiling face and thus being overwhelmed by the urges of Cupid? Still, if Krishna can spend his days in separation from us, why can't we tolerate separation from him? So there is no reason to keep talking about him. In this manner, the gopis remembered Sri Krishna's charming talks, enchanting glances, playful gestures, and loving embraces. And as a result, they began to cry. Lord Balarama consoled them by conveying the attractive messages Krishna had given him for them. Lord Balarama stayed in Gokula for 2 months, sporting with the gopis in the groves on the Yamuna's shore. The demigods who witnessed these pastimes played kettle drums in the heavens and showered down flowers, recited Balram's glories. One day Lord Balarama became intoxicated by drinking some Varuni liquor and near of the gopis. He called out to the Yamuna, "Come near So I and the gopis can enjoy sporting in your waters. But the Yamuna ignored his command. Lord Balarama then started to pull the Yamuna with the end of his plough, splitting her into hundreds of tributaries. Trembling out of fight, the goddess Yamuna appeared, fell down at Lord Balarama's feet and prayed for forgiveness. The Lord let her go and then entered her waters with his girlfriends to sport for some time. When they rose from the water, the goddess Kanti presented Lord Balarama with beautiful ornaments, clothing and garlands. Even today, the Yamuna river flows through the many channels cut by Lord Balarama's plough. The signs of his having subdued her. While Lord Balarama played, his mind became enchanted by the gopis' pastimes. Thus the many nights he spent in their company seemed to him like a single night. Text 1. Translation. Shukadeva Goswami said, O best of the Kurus, once Lord Balarama, eager to visit his well-wishing friends, mounted his chariot and travelled to Nanda Gokula. Purport. As Srila Jiva Goswami points out, Lord Balarama's journey to Sri Vrindavan is also described in the Harivamsha. Vishnu Parva 46.10. Remembering the deep friendship he once enjoyed with the cowherd folk, Lord Rama went alone to Vraja, having taken Lord Krishna's permission. The simple residents of Vrindavana were aggrieved that Lord Krishna had gone to live elsewhere. So Lord Balarama went there to console them. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur addresses the question of why Lord Krishna, the great ocean of pure love, did not also go to Vraja. In explanation, the Acharya provides the following two verses. The Yadus thought Lord Krishna's... Should I recite that sloka? Should I recite this sloka? Just translation. The Yadus thought Lord's beloved girlfriends are famous for their pure ecstatic love, and his parents are extremely affectionate toward him. Lord Krishna is controlled by pure love. So, if he goes to see them, how will he be able to leave them and come back to us? With this in mind, the Yadus prevented Lord Hari from going, knowing that he becomes subservient to the pastimes in which he reciprocates the ever-increasing love of the inhabitants of Vraja. Text 2. Having long suffered the anxiety of separation, the cowherd men and their wives embraced Lord Balarama. The Lord then offered respects to his parents, and they joyfully greeted him with prayers. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti gives the following verse regarding this situation. Let us repeatedly glorify Lord Balaram. Although he is the original personality of eternal bliss, Nityananda, he felt pained by his love for the residents of Vraja, and thus he went to see them, even at the cost of leaving Lord Krishna. Text 3. Nanda and Yashoda prayed, O descent of the Sharha, O Lord of the universe, may you and your younger brother, Krishna, ever protect us. Saying this, they praised Sri Balarama onto their laps and embraced him and moistened him with tears from their eyes. Purport. Srila Jiva Goswami comments on this verse as follows. Nanda and Yashoda prayed to Sri Balaram, may you, along with your younger brother, protect us. Thus they expressed their respect for the fact that he is the elder brother, and they also showed how much they considered him their own son. Text 4 to 6. Lord Balarama then paid proper respects to the elder cowherd men and the younger ones. All greeted him respectfully He met them all with smiles, handshakes, and so on, dealing personally with each one according to age, degree of friendship, and family relationship. Then, after resting, the Lord accepted a comfortable seat, and they all gathered around him with voices faltering out of love for him. Those cowherds who had dedicated everything to lotus-eyed Krishna asked about the health of their dear ones in Dwaraka, and Balaram in turn asked about the cowherd welfare. Text 7. Cowherds said, "O Rama, are all our relatives doing well? And Rama, do all of you with your wives and children still remember us?" Text 8. It is our great fortune that sinful Kamsa had been killed and our dear relatives have been freed. And it is also our good fortune that our relatives have killed and defeated their enemies and found complete security in a great fortress. Text 9. Shukadeva Goswami continued, "Honored to have the personal audience of Lord Balaram, the young gopi smiled and asked him, 'Is Krishna, the darling of the city women, living happily?' Purport. According to Acharyas, Lord Krishna's beloved girlfriends were smiling with a divine madness, since they were feeling extreme unhappiness in separation from their beloved Krishna. Lord Rama deeply respected their great love for Sri Krishna, his younger brother, and thus the term Rama Sandarsha Nadritaha carries the meaning that Balarama honored the gopis, as well as the given meaning that they honored him. Text 10. Does he remember his family members, especially his father and mother? Do you think he will ever come back even once to see his mother? And does mighty armed Krishna remember the service we always did for him?" Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti comments that the gopis would render service to Lord Krishna by stringing flower garlands, skillfully using perfumes, and constructing fans, beds, and canopies out of flower petals. By these simple acts of love, the gopis rendered the greatest service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Text 11 and 12. For Krishna's sake, O descendants of Dasuram, we abandon our mother, father, brother, husband, children, and sister. Even though these family relations are difficult to give up. But now, O Lord, that same Krishna has suddenly abandoned us and gone away, breaking off all affectionate ties with us. And yet, how could any woman fail to trust his promises? Text 13. How can intelligent city women possibly trust the words of one whose heart is so unsteady and who is so ungrateful? They must believe him because he speaks so wonderfully, and also because his beautiful smiling glance aroused their lust. According to Sridhar Swami, some gopis speak the first two lines of this verse and others reply in the second two lines. Why bother talking about him, dear gopis? Please talk of something else. If he passes his time without us, then we shall similarly pass ours without him. Sridhar Swami points out that the gopis here subtly indicate that Lord Krishna depends his time happily without them, whereas they are most unhappy without their Lord. This is the difference between him and them. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti adds the following from other women. The gopis thought as follow: if other women are together with their lovers, they live, and if they are separated, they die. But we neither live nor die. This is the fate providence has written on our foreheads. What remedy can we find? While speaking these words, the young coward women remembered Lord Shauri's laughter, his pleasing conventions with him, his attractive glance, his style of walking, and his loving embrace. Thus they began to cry. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti comments as follows. The gopis' thoughts, the Krishna moon, after piercing our hearts with the darts of his nectarian laughter, went away. So how will the city women not die when he does the same to them? Overwhelmed with these thoughts, the young coward girls began to cry, even in presence of Shri Baldeva. The Supreme Lord Balram, the attractor of all, being expert at various kinds of conciliation, enclosed the gopis by relaying to them the confidential message Lord Krishna had sent with him. This message deeply touched the gopis' heart. Srila Jiva Goswami quoted the following verse from Sri Vishnu Purana, which described the message Lord Balram brought from Krishna for the gopis. Lord Balram consoled the gopis by giving them the Lord's most charming message, which expressed sweet consolation, which were inspired by his pure love for them, and which were without a tinge of pride. Srila Jiva Goswami also comments that the use of the name Sankarshan here implies that Balram attracts Lord Krishna to appear in his mind, and in this way showed Sri Krishna to the gopis. Thus Balram enclosed Sri Krishna's beloved girlfriends. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti comments that Lord Krishna sent various messages. Some instructed the gopis in transcendental knowledge, others were conciliatory, and still others revealed the Lord's power. Beside its given meaning, the word Hridaya Gamihi also indicate that these messages were confidential. Lord Balram, the personality of Godhead, resided there for the 2 months of Madhu and Madhava, and during the nights he gave his coward girlfriend conjugal pleasure. Srila Sridhar Swami states that the gopis who enjoyed conjugal affairs with Sri Balram during his visit to Gokul had not taken part in Sri Krishna's Ras dance, being too young at that time. Srila Jiva Goswami confirmed this statement by quoting a phrase from the Bhagavatam, Gopyanantena Bhujayoho, which indicates that there are particular gopis who act as Lord Balram's girlfriends. Furthermore, Srila Jiva Goswami stated that during the holy festivities celebrated when Krishna killed Shankachuda, the gopis Lord Balram enjoyed with were different from the one Lord Krishna enjoyed with. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti agrees with the explanation. In the company of numerous women, Lord Balram enjoyed in a garden by the Yamuna river. This garden was bathed in the rays of the full moon and cursed by breezes bearing the fragrance of night blooming lotuses. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Lord Balram's conjugal pastime took place in a small forest alongside the Yamuna, a place known as Sri Rama Ghata, which is far from the site of Sri Krishna's Rasdance. Sent by the demigods Varuna, the divine Varuni liquor flowed from the tree hollow, and made the entire forest even more fragrant with its sweet aroma. Srila Sridhar Swami explained that Varuni is a liquor distilled from honey. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti adds that the goddess Varuni, the daughter of Varuna, is the presiding deity of that particular divine liquor. The Acharya also quotes the following statements from Sri Hari Vamsha. Samipam Preshchita Prishta Varunena Tavagaha. Here the goddess Varuni says to Lord Balram, my father Varuna has sent me to you, O sinless one. The wind carried to Balram the fragrance of that flood of sweet liquor, and when he smelled it, he went to the tree. There he and his female companion drank. As the Gandharvas sang his glories, Lord Balram enjoyed within the brilliant circle of young women. He appeared just like Indra's elephant, the lordly Airavata enjoying the company of she-elephants. And the great sages praised Lord Balram's heroic deeds.
As his deeds were sung, Lord Haluyuda wandered as if inebriated among the various forests with his girlfriends. His eyes rolled from the effects of liquor. Intoxicated with joy, Lord Balaram sported flower garlands, including the famous Vijayanti. He wore a single earring, and beads of perspiration decorated his smiling lotus face like snowflakes. The Lord then summoned the Yamuna river so that he could play in her water, but she disregarded his command, thinking he was drunk. This angered Balram, and he began dragging the river with the tip of his plow. Lord Balram said, O sinful one, disrespecting me, you do not come when I call you, but rather move only by your own whim. Therefore, with the tips of my plow, I shall bring you here in 100 stream. Sukdev Goswami continued, O king, the frightened river goddess Yamuna came and fell at the feet of Sri Balaram, the beloved descendant of Yadu. Trembling, she spoke to him the following words, purport. According to Srila Jiva Goswami calls her a shadow of Kalindi, and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti confirms that she is an expansion of Kalindi, not Kalindi herself. Srila Jiva Goswami also gives evidence from Sri Hari Vamsa in the statement Pratyuvacharanam Vadhum. The goddess Yamuna is the wife of the ocean. The Hari Vamsa therefore also referred to her as Sagarangana. Goddess Yamuna said, Ram, O mighty armed one, I know nothing of your prowess. A single portion of yourself you hold up the earth, O Lord of the universe. The phrase Ekam Sena with a single portion refer to the Lord's expansion as a Sesa. This is confirmed by the Acharyas. My Lord, please release me, O soul of the universe. I didn't understand your position as the Supreme Godhead, but now I have surrendered unto you, and you are always kind to your devotees. Sukdev Goswami continued, Thereupon Lord Balram released the Yamuna and, like the king of the elephant with his entourage of sea elephant, entered the river's water with his female companions. Lord Balram played in the water to his full satisfaction, and when he came out, goddess Kanti presented him with a blue garment, precious ornament, and a brilliant necklace. Srila Sridhar Swami quote from the Vishnu Puran to show that the goddess Kanti mentioned here is actually Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. Sent by Varuna, goddess Lakshmi then presented him with a garland of unfading lotuses and a pair of garments colored blue like the ocean. The great Bhagavatam commentator Srila Sridhar Swami also quotes the following statement from Sri Harivamsa, spoke by goddess Lakshmi to Lord Balaram. O Lord, please accept as divine ornaments for your ears this single gold earring studded with diamonds and this primeval lotus called Padma. Kindly accept them, for this act of adornment is traditional. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti further points out that Goddess Lakshmi is the consort of Lord's plenary expansion, Sankarshana, who belongs to the second Vayuha. Lord Balaram dressed himself in the blue ornaments and put on the gold necklace. Anointed with fragrances and beautifully adorned, he appeared as resplendent as Indra's royal elephant. Anointed with sandalwood paste and other pure fragrant substances, Balaram resembled Airavat, the great elephant of Lord Indra. Even today, O king, one can see how the Yamuna flows through the many channels created when it was dragged by the unlimitedly powerful Lord Balaram. Thus, she demonstrates his prowess. Thus the Lord Balaram all the nights passed like a single night as he enjoyed in Vraja. His mind enchanted by the exquisite charm and beauty of Vraja young ladies, Lord Balaram was enchanted by the charming pastimes of the beautiful young ladies of Vraja. Thus each night was a completely new experience, and all the nights passed as if they were a single night. Thus the ends of purpose of the humble servant of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 65th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Balaram Visits Vrindavana. Next chapter. Punrika, the false Vasudeva.
Chapter 66, Paundraka, the false Vasudeva. This chapter reveals how Lord Krishna went to Kashi, present day.
Text 1.
Text 1. Shukadeva Goswami said, O king, while Lord Balrama was always visiting Nanda's village of Praja, the rule of Kaurusha, falsely thinking, I am the Supreme Lord, Vasudeva, sent a message to Lord Krishna. Since Lord Rama had gone to Nanda Vraja, Paundraka falsely thought the Lord Krishna would be alone and therefore easy to challenge. Thus he dared to send his crazy message to the Lord. Paundraka was emboldened by the flattery of childish man who told him, You are Vasudeva, the Supreme Lord and Master of the universe, who have no descendants to the earth. Thus he imagined himself to be the infallible personality of Godhead. Paundraka falsely accepted the flattery of ignorant persons. Thus, slow-witting King Paundraka sent a messenger to the inscrutable Lord Krishna at Dwarka. Paundraka was acting just like an unintelligent child whom other children are pretending he is a king. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the reason Shukadeva Goswami here mentions for the second time that Paundraka sent a message to Lord Krishna is that the great sage. He is astonished at Paundraka's extreme foolishness. Arriving in Dwarka, the messenger found lotus-eyed Krishna in his royal assembly and relayed the king's message to that almighty Lord. On Paundraka's behalf, the messenger said, I am the one and only Lord Vasudeva, and there is no other. It is I who descended to this world to show mercy to the living beings. Therefore, give up your false name. Inspired by goddess Saraswati, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti gives the real importance of these two verses. I am not Vasudeva incarnate, but rather you alone and no one else are Vasudeva. Since you have descended to show mercy to the living beings, please make me give up my false destination, which is like that of an oyster climbing to the silver. The Supreme Lord will certainly compile with this request. O Satvat, give up my personal symbols, which out of foolishness you now carry, and came to for shelter. If you do not, then you must give me battle. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti again interprets Paundraka's words according to the inspiration of Saraswati, the goddess of learning. Thus they may be understood to mean, out of foolishness I have assembled an imitation, conch shell, disc, lotus and club, and you are maintaining this by allowing me to use them. You have not yet subdued me and gotten rid to these imitation symbols. Therefore, please mercifully come and liberate me by forcing me to give up them up. Give me battle and grant me liberation by killing me. Shukadeva Goswami said, King Ugrasena and the other members of the assembly laughed loudly when they heard the vain boasting of unintelligent Paundraka. The personality of Godhead, after enjoying the jokes of the assembly, told the messenger to relay a message to his master. You fool, I will indeed let loose the weapons you boast of in this way. The Sanskrit word Uttarkeshi means I will hurl, thrown, let loose, abandon, etc. Foolish Paundraka demands that Lord Krishna give up his powerful weapons, such as the disc and the club. And here the Lord replies, Uttarkeshi, Madhu Chinnani. Yes, fool, I will indeed let loose these weapons when we meet on the battlefield. In Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada nicely describes these scenes as follows. When all the members of the royal assembly, including King Ugrasena, heard this message sent by Paundraka, they laughed very loudly for a considerable time. After enjoying the loud laughter of all the members of the assembly, Krishna replied to the messenger as follows. O messenger of Paundraka, you may carry my message to your master. He is a foolish rascal. I directly call him a rascal and I refuse to follow his instructions. I shall never give up the symbols of Vasudeva, especially my disc. I shall use this disc to kill not only King Paundraka but all his followers also. I shall destroy the Paundraka and his foolish associates who merely constitute a society of cheaters and the cheated. When you lie dead, O fool, your face covered by vultures, herons and waka birds, you will become the shelter of dogs. Paundraka foolishly told the Supreme Lord to claim him for shelter. But here Lord Krishna tells him, you are not my shelter, but rather you will become the shelter of dogs when they happily feast on your dead body. Srila Prabhupada vividly described this scene. Lord Krishna told Paundraka, when I shall destroy you, foolish king, you will then have to consign your face in disgrace, and when your head is severed from your body by my disc, you will be surrounded by meat-eating birds like vultures, hawks, and eagles. At that time, indeed of being my shelter, as we have demanded, you will be subject to the mercy of these low-born birds. At that time, your body will be thrown to the dogs, who will eat it with great pleasure. When the Lord had thus spoken, the messenger conveyed his insulting reply to his master. Eat it entirety. Lord Krishna then mounted his chariot and went to the vicinity of Kashi. In Krishna, Srila Prabhupada describes this incident as follows. The messenger carried the words of Lord Krishna to his master, Paundraka, who patiently heard all these insults without waiting any longer. Lord Sri Krishna immediately started out to his chariot to punish the rascal Paundraka, because at that time the king Karusha, the Paundraka, was living with his friend, the king of Kashi. Krishna surrounded the whole city of Kashi. Upon observing Lord Krishna's preparation for battle, the mighty warrior Paundraka quickly went out on the city with 2 full military divisions. Paundraka's friend, the king of Kashi, followed behind. O king, leading the rear guard with 3 auctioneer divisions. Lord Krishna saw that Paundraka was carrying the Lord's own insignia, such as conch shell, disc, sword and club, and also has imitation, saranga, bow, and Srivat Samark. He wore a mock Kautsuba gem, was decorated with a garland of forest flower, and was dressed in upper and lower garments of fine yellow silk. His banner bore the image of Garuda, and he wore a valuable crown and gleaming shark-shaped earrings. Srila Prabhupada comments in Krishna, when the 2 kings came before Lord Krishna to oppose him, Krishna was Paundraka face to face for the first time. Lord Hari laughed heartily when he saw how the king had dressed up in exact imitation of his own appearance, just like an actor on a stage. Srila Prabhupada describes this scene as follows. On the whole, Paundraka's dress and makeup were clearly imitation. Anyone could understand that he was just like someone on stage playing the part of Vasudeva in false dress. When Lord Krishna saw Paundraka imitating his postures and dress, he could not check his laughter, and thus he laughed with great satisfaction. Srila Jiva Goswami points out that it was a benediction from Lord Shiva that enabled Paundraka to imitate the Lord's dress and appearance exactly. A fact gleaned from the Uttarakanda of Sri Padma Purana. The enemies of Lord Hari attacked him with triads, clubs, lunges, pikes, rishis, bandags, lances, swords, axes and arrows. But Lord Krishna